Good morning, mathematicians. We're looking at our lesson 18 cooldown, and I love this lesson because we see a very efficient way that we can use whole number facts to solve our multiplication problems. And truly, this helps us out as mathematicians, not only to be accurate, but also to be efficient in this particular operation. So number one says that we are looking at this. This is the problem that we're solving. We have 5 times 3 what? It's 3/10. So take note that here, our number, our second factor, I'm going to write it out up here just so that we can further explain this one, is 3/10. So what place value position do we have in this particular factor? We have a tenths place. And a tenths place is, of course, 1 after the decimal point. So now when I look at how it is partially solved down below, I see my 5 and I see my 3, but now what I must do is I must reflect that really that 3 wasn't 3 wholes, it was 3/10. So a way that I can do that is after I just use my basic fact, 5 times 3, I can remember that I have to multiply it by a tenth. And that is going to allow me to do this so efficiently, and I will simply plug in that tenths place as my second factor. All right, let's take a look at number 2 to take a look at a similar idea. So here, the problem that we are really solving is this: 5 times not just 3, but 5 times 3/100ths. So the hundredths place is 2 after the decimal. So an efficient way for me to solve this would be to reflect the 5 as one factor, the 3 as my second factor, and then look, this idea of hundredths here as my third factor. So what is the missing factor in number 2? It's not the place value, it's not the hundredths, it's actually our basic fact factor of 3. Okay, let's do the same thing for number 3, except for number 3, we are going to think about how we can do this, and we're actually solving this one. So notice number 2 and number 3 are exactly the same. This time, we are going to get to the actual answer. So what we said over here, and I'm going to really just kind of write out some problem solving for number 3 here so that all of us can make sure that we're seeing how this works. We said this was really like our answer or our equation that we made for number 2, right? But in number 3, we're actually going to solve with this. So I know that 5 times 3 is 15. So I now know the digits of my answer, but I don't have a value yet. Now, if I take 15 and multiply it by 1/100th, then I know that my answer is going to end in the hundredths place. So the hundredths place, of course, means that there's going to be 2 place value positions after the decimal point, and that's exactly where my 15 will be. 2 place values in my place value factor means my answer must have 2 place values as well, and that utilizes all of the 15, right? That's like saying if I have 15/100ths, well, I have 15/100ths. So my answer here for number 3 will be 15/100ths. Now we have finished out our lesson 18 cooldown, where we've been able to see how by utilizing our basic fact knowledge that we already have, as well as our knowledge of place value, we can solve these operations in a snap.